June 28th, 2026. Dear optimistic me, what's it like to truly be happy? You know, the kind of happy they portray in happy endings of movies where everything works out in the end. Sometimes I like to imagine my life like that. I get all the things my heart desires. I save all the lonely, unloved, and abandoned children. My business is booming. My marriage is amazing. And then what? What happens next? That's my brain in a nutshell. Oh, hey, look, she seems happy. Let's come up with all the ways that things can go wrong. My brain is constantly in fight or flight mode. I have to be prepared for all the unknown and unseen dangers all the time. It's exhausting. How do you wake up, fantastic mood, prepare for a day that seemingly isn't wrong? Not too long ago, I was in the perfect mood. I was happy and laughing and singing to myself. I had memories that just made me feel nice, cozy, and warm. And the more that I thought about it, the happier I was. Until I wasn't. I was sitting on my couch, smiling one second, crying the next. I was so happy that I made myself sad. When describing this phenomenon to somebody, I always say that I flew too close to the sun, meaning something had to give, something had to go wrong, and my brain just worked itself until it did. That's my life. So today, I wake up and I'm in an amazing mood and I'm smiling, I'm ready to go, I take my shower, I've got plans with my kiddo and my husband to redo his room today. For those of you who don't know, my kiddo isn't my biological kiddo. My kiddo chose me. And I can't explain how good that feels. That my child said, I'd really like to come live with you. I feel safe at your home. Can I come stay with you? My husband and I said, yes, of course. What do we need to fill out? What paperwork do we need to do? Make it happen. So we did. And he's here. And we have our rough patches, but for the most part, it's been pretty great. Except, because it's going well, I'm looking for the wrong. My kid has been asking me to do his room since he came in. Back in April. We are nearing the end of June. I have been apprehensive about it because, again, every time something good happens, something bad is going to happen. This isn't the first kiddo I've had in my home. Knowing me, it won't be the last. I have fostered for years. I've had kids come. I've had kids go. And when they leave, they always take a piece of my heart. It's hard. I'm mourning for a child who hasn't passed on. They're just no longer in my life. And so I'm extra cautious because here I have this child who I love having here. What happens when they take him? They move him. He goes back to a family. Whatever the system decides to do. How does my heart prepare for that again? I said, you know what? That's not fair to him. I can't live my life being afraid to move. So I said, let's do it. Let's redo your room. So we get up, we get dressed, we go down to the local Walmart, we buy black paint and blue paint, and we're all ready to paint his room, and we buy stuff for brunch at this point because we are late risers. And we come home and I make food and we clear out his bedroom and we're painting the wall. And then it happens. Something goes wrong. Not in the, oh my gosh, I spilled paint all over the floor wrong. Oh my gosh, I forgot to get this at the store wrong. Something as simple as, I didn't like the way you spoke to me. Well, I didn't like the way you spoke to me. Well, if you keep talking to me like this, I'm going to do this. Well, if they talk to me like this, I'm going to do that. And it spiraled. Just spiraled. And then, when I thought that I had it figured out, settled, taken care of, it started back over again. Now, my husband and my kiddo are both capable of taking care of themselves. They're both capable of talking through things themselves. But my brain says, something's wrong, I have to fix it. I have to figure out how to make it right. Why? Why is that my responsibility? Why do I feel obligated to make sure that everybody's okay? Why do I feel like I have to be the peacemaker? Neither of them put me in the middle of it. Neither of them asked me to step in. And yet, I knew something was going to go wrong. I expected it, so let me fix the problem. What you guys don't know is, this is my second time tonight trying to record this. The first time I tried to record it, my kid came into me and was just not in a good headspace. I could see that he was just battling things in his head. So I stopped, as any mom would do, and I went and talked to him. And get him calmed down enough to say, like, okay, let's have a conversation. You, me, and my husband, we're going to figure this out. And we sit down, and immediately tempers flare. And he storms off to his room, and I can hear, like, hitting and kicking of the wall, and my husband's like, I don't know what to do, and it's just a, whew, this is a lot. I signed up for this, and I knew what I was getting into, and it's still a lot. But I knew it was going to happen. I knew my day was going to go bad. So, I sit down, and I get everyone to calm down enough for us to talk again. And we have the conversation. And we talk through things. My kiddo goes to bed happy. My husband goes to bed happy. And as I'm sitting here, as I'm talking to you all, I still feel that sense of dread that something else has to go wrong. I don't even know how to stop that train of something's going to go wrong. At this point, the anxiety of something has to happen that's bad seems forever embedded in my system. I'm doing so many big things. I started a podcast. I'm working on my website. I've got so many things in the works that I'm just super proud of, super happy about. And if you ask me about any of those projects, no one's going to listen to me. No one's going to care what I have to say. It's not going to matter. It's all going to flop. And it's going to be my fault that it flops. I'm going to do something wrong. I'm not going to say something the right way. Something's going to happen. This is the first time in a long time where my expectations have been, I'm going to do this, and something's going to go wrong. And then I kept doing it. Everything tonight said, you know what? Just skip tonight. Don't record. It's okay that you missed tonight. You can have an excuse. We could do that. And then I remembered what I said the first night. That I'm going to do this. I am going to give myself this self-help, self-care. I do what I need to do for me. And so tonight, I'm sitting here and I'm talking to you all. And I'm thinking of how great the day started and how rough it went in the middle. And then how it ended. Maybe, just maybe, not everything has to be bad all the time. Maybe I can wish for a good day and still have it end as a good day. Maybe something bad could happen in my day and I recover from it. Mental health tells us you've had trauma, you've had bad times, you've had bad people, you've had bad experiences. Naturally, the rest of your life is going to go bad. That's not true, though, is it? It doesn't have to keep going that way. Yes, bad things happen to good people. Yes, we experience trauma, we experience situations that we don't know how to handle. But that doesn't mean they can't turn around. It doesn't mean that's the end. It doesn't mean our story's over, that our book's completely written, that we've eaten that whole pie. It means that we get to give ourselves grace. We get to try again. We get to see where it went wrong and see what we could do differently. Today, I did that. I was frustrated. I don't know how to contain somebody else's feelings. But it's also not my job to contain someone else's feelings. I only have control over my own feelings. And as frustrated as I was that I couldn't solve the problem for them, I'm not angry with either of them. I just want them to be happy. I just want them to be happy. And then I realized I have no control over that. That's not my responsibility. The best that I can do is take care of myself and offer to be there when they need me. And just something so simple is a huge weight off my shoulder. So I'm going to figure this out. I'm going to learn to relax. I'm going to learn to be excited for things, to want things, to go after things. I'm going to continue my podcast. I'm going to continue my writing, continue my work in mental health, continue being there for you all. And thinking, this is what I'm supposed to do. This is where I'm meant to be. It's going to work. Does that mean it's going to be perfect? No, but that's okay. Because even with the bump in the road, I can keep going. I can rewrite my story. I can erase things and go back and change it. I can start a new chapter. But I get to keep writing. I get to look at today and said, you know what? Whew. I had a really big chunk of slice of pie in the middle of the day that kind of made me feel kind of heavy. But I'm so glad I took that bite, because look how it ended. It was delicious. I got to enjoy all the flavors. I saw it come together and how it worked. And it was just a delicious slice of pie. Watching my husband and my kid work through it was delicious. Knowing that at the end of the day doesn't mean they go to bed hating each other, or that my family's falling apart. That it was just a bump. I can live with a bump. I can handle a bump. I'm strong enough for a bump. I just need to remember I deserve that too. I deserve to be happy. Sometimes it looks different than I planned, but it still works out. It still can work out. So, I hope that your day works out. I hope that the bump that you deal with today is just the bump and that you can figure out how to get over it. I hope that you change the part of the story that you don't like. I hope that you keep writing. I hope that every day you wake up with a brand new paper in front of you and you write this beautiful day. And if not, if by some chance the story today is sad or hard or difficult, that you remember that I'm here. I see you. I love you so loud. I'm here to help. I'm here to listen. We can do this together. So just remember, today is another page in the story. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be written. And before you close your journal tonight, ask yourself, what was your bite of pie today? Until tomorrow, love you loud.